Well, hey there folks, welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and it's time for another beer review. It's a Virgin beer review, and it's a Virgin brewery. Yeah, Virgin brewery review, I'm just trying to think now. Here it is. If you just found us here on YouTube, go ahead, give us that thumbs up, give us a like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's the Hop House, hoppy beer and house music. That's what we like, baby. Right, I've got my Bar Humbug t-shirt on. Do you know why? Because we're going to do some festive beers. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, so let's get down to it, shall we? Ho, ho, ho! Okay! First up, this is in B&M. It was in my little mini beer haul from B&M Bargains, or B&M Stores, whatever you want to call it. And it is this. It is the Cheeky Elf. And look what it says on it. Bottoms up, down the hatch. And it's from Wickwar Brewing. Is it Wickwar Brewing? Wickwar Brewing, yes. These are quite a few of their bottles of in-home bargains that seem to sort of be exclusive to home bargains. I've not heard of Wickwar Brewing before, but they did have an IPA in there for a short period of time. I never picked it up. It wasn't in there for long, but I have got a stout of theirs called Station. Oh, there it is, Train. The Night Train, 6.1% milk stout. There was something called Platform or something, which I think was a porter. So they all seem to sort of be train station led, so I don't know if Wickwar Brewery's near a train station or something, I'm not sure. But this is their Christmas effort, the Cheeky Elf. And he's showing you his bum, look, cheeky little beggar. 500ml bottle, it's just a plain black bottle cap, nothing on the crown to really relate to. This was £1.49 in B&M. And as far as I'm aware, it's exclusive to B&M, I've not seen it anywhere else. Right, should we get it out into the glass and see what this is all about? So Christmas ales, they're usually more sort of, unless it's a really hoppy one, which I just don't think it will going into B&M, they're usually a bit more amberish or darker in colour, and they're all about Christmas spice. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be that kind of thing. So sort of Christmas cakey, mince pie-y. It's been refrigerated for a bit, but I've sort of had it out the fridge for a bit to sort of warm it up somewhat, because these sort of beers maybe you shouldn't have too cold. Right, so that is a dark, very dark amber to chestnutty colour, bit of a tan, just off white tan coloured head on it. Good head. It is see-through, but there is a bit of haze to it. It's not fully see-through, so you can't see my face, can you? There's a lot of carbonation going up through there, some rushing carbonation. Yeah, it looks like the sort of Christmas style ale that I thought it would well be. 4.1%, so it's sessionable. With these beers though, it really depends if you want to session them, because they usually are quite Christmassy. I mean, you wouldn't have like a full box of mince pies, would you? Unless you like mince pies, I guess. Or you wouldn't have a whole Christmas pudding to yourself, or a whole Christmas cake. Unless you're just really greedy, or you really like Christmas cake, or I was going to say rice pudding then. Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, or mince pies. That was the word I was looking for. Apologies for my boiler whirring in the background. I've had the heating on. I'm a bit warm now. I just did the last of my Christmas shopping before filming this video. So I've been out and about, and now I'm a bit warm, so I might turn that heating down actually. Right, so that's your beer in the glass. Should we give it a whiff, see what we can sniff? I think it's rude not to. Yeah, it's fruity. I'm getting dates, sort of that dried fruit element, dates, sultanas, raisins, figgy sort of smell. It smells quite a bit like the Abbott Reserve when we did the Abbott Ales versus Abbott Reserve. The normal Abbott I wasn't keen on, but the Reserve, yeah, it did sort of smell quite similar to that. So you've got the sort of sultanas, raisins, dates, and then almost like an apricot-y feel to it. Not necessarily marmalade, it's more the sort of dried fruit smell. It smells like a dried fruit cake. Get a bit of malt in there as well. It smells okay, smells like it could be quite Christmassy. Let's hope it's not too salty malty. Should we give it a try? Bottoms up, down the hatch. Yeah, it's that sort of standard dried fruit Christmas cakey feel to it. Not much else going on. Nice enough body though. It's got like a medium bordering on thick body. It's actually quite good for the strength. It tastes like it could possibly be stronger. Not in terms of the alcohol content, but in terms of the mouthfeel, in terms of the body. The body carries really well. So it's really quite a nice body actually for a 4.1% beer. It's quite quaffable. It's nice. It's all right. It's I'm knocking that back quick, man. I'm thirsty after rushing around the shops today, but I don't think I drink a lot of it. It's got enough flavour going on that it's not salty, malty, and boring. It is fruit cakey. It's got that Christmas spice to it, like the mincemeat spice that you get. Definitely got like a raisiny, datey, sultana-y kind of dried fruit vibe to it, fruit cakey type vibe, and there is some bitterness down the sides of the tongue, like traditional bitterness. Not necessarily spicy, hoppy, but it's there, and it stays in the back of your palate. Yeah, it is sort of spicy, not peppery spicy, but Christmas spicy. So cinnamony and cinnamon and tart, like a mince pie kind of thing. So it does have that element to it, which makes it not boring, not salty malty. Right, bit of lace division. It is in a traditional pint glass. Bit of lace division for those that love the lacing. It's lacing beautifully. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, that does chase the bottom of the head like a dream. It's not bad, you know. It's all right. I wasn't expecting great. I shouldn't say that because I'm not a judgmental person. I'm really not. But I just. Thing is home bargains. B&M. We used to put out some cracking Christmas beer. So I go back 2 years, and they did the Sadler's Peaky Blinder Christmas Pudding Stout when it was still brewed at Stourbridge, when it's still brewed at Sadler's, and it was 6%. And it was about 149, 150, maybe 179 at a push. It is 6%, right? But it was stunning. It did taste like a thick Christmas puddingy, festive cinnamon spice. Oh, it was beautiful. Again, it was a bit of a treat beer at 6%. You're not going to session it. A year later, unfortunately, Sadler's Brewery got took over, same as Hawkshead did, by Halewood. I believe they brewed the Sadler's beer up at Hawkshead in the Lake District, although they've recently reopened Sadler's in Lye and Stourbridge, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But they brought back the Christmas pudding, the Peaky Blinders Christmas Pudding Stout, last year into B&M, but they changed it. They dumbed it down from 6 to 4.5%, so they'd cut a whole 1.5% off the ABV. Flavour wise, it still had that Christmas spice element to it. Tasted a bit like a Christmas pudding or a mince pie, but it was so much thinner. The body had gone, the mouthfeel had gone, the whole feel of the beer had just been lost, and it tasted much. Still decent flavour in terms of the actual flavours and spices and things in the beer, but it lost a lot of the body. So this year I noticed that this was in there, and I was like, I've not heard of this Wickwar. They seem to be exclusive to B&M. Is this going to be another meh? And to be fair, it's all right. It's nice. I could see me having a pint of that on Christmas Day. I mean, I won't. I'm working, so it's not really much of a Christmas for me this year. It's alright, I got New Year off for my birthday, it's fine. You gotta work, haven't you? But you know, if I was having like a Christmas meal or something, I could see me. I think that'd go well. Not necessarily with turkey, but if I was going and having something like a pork, like a roast pork apple sauce and a pint of that. Oh, beautiful. I think it'd work really well with it. Right, see what it says on the bottle. As you can see, oh, the camera will pick it up. Sorry, the shiny light's bad, isn't it? But look, not really a lot of information on there, that's what I'm getting at. Best before end, see the bottleneck. Best before 30th of September next year. So, plenty of time left on it. So it should be. So it says ingredients: water, malted barley, hops and yeast, the 4 staples of a beer. Please enjoy responsibly. Amber Ruby Ale, 4.1%. Doesn't really say anything else. Wickwar Brewing. Wickwar.co.uk. Brewed at Buckham Brewery Limited in Bristol. So, looks like Buckham have contract brewed this for B&M. They've stuck a different name on it, calling it Wickwar, to maybe hide the fact that it's Buckham. I don't want to say hide, but how do I put it this way? They sort of come up with a different brand to make it exclusive to one place and not to devalue the main brand. Look at sort of how Cloudwater have done the beers they've put into Tesco. It's been brewed at Brewdog, but it's not the same as their Cloudwater stuff if you go onto their website. Again, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here, but Matalan used to do this, brands that were in Matalan. So if you remember, I used to have a mate who worked at Matalan, so he knew about this. But if you remember, for example, Pepe Jeans, remember Pepe Jeans, London? You don't really hear of them these days, but they were quite high fashion. Well, they brought in a range of jeans to Matalan, but they rebadged it and called it PJL for Pepe Jeans London. So it didn't have the Pepe Jeans original writing on it, just had a big PJL. Same manufacturer, probably same factory where it's made, but because they didn't want to put the Pepe Jeans brand into Matalan, they just rebadged it and called it something else. So this is probably just a Buckham beer. Maybe Buckham Brewery do their own Christmas ale and it's more or less the same. If you don't believe me about beers being more or less the same, go to Lidl. I did this one last year, so I've not bought any this year. But go to Lidl and have a look at their Hatherwood Craft Beer Winter Special, 5%. It's basically this, Witchwood's Bar Humbug, but in a different label. Go check it out if you don't believe me. Right, rating wise for this, I like that. I'll give it a thumbs up. I don't think I'd give it any more than that. I'd buy it again. It's quite refreshing for a Christmas beer. Quite like it. Thumbs up from me. Wickwar's Cheeky Elf. Bottoms up. Down the hatch. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you again for another beer review right here on the Hop House. Ciao for now, people.